They haven't played land for turn, so it's still possible they could double spell. Yeah, okay. There's Lightning Helix. Nice. That's how you do it right there. Welcome to a Magic the Gathering standard best of one ladder gameplay video. I am going to be showcasing Boros Burn. The game plan's very simple. We're going to be burning the opponent down 2-0 as fast as we can with a red-white creature instant package. This particular deck is hanging out at a 58.1% win rate across 10,000 matches. This is according to Untapped.gg, which is a reliable source. One additional call out is the average duration for this particular deck is about 4.1 minutes. So that's a pretty good average on game time. That means we're going to be burning through games very quickly. Whether we lose or not is less of a concern, because if this is hanging out at a 58.1 or so % win rate, then losses are okay and we'll make it up with 2 wins down the road and eventually come out ahead. Jumping into the instance for this particular deck, that's where all of our burn damage or direct damage will be coming from. We have Lightning Helix, which is 3 damage and 3 life gain for us. And then one of the best cards in the deck, which is Boros Charm. We have many options we can choose from here. The main one is to be doing 4 damage to a target player. We can also give our permanents indestructible, and then we can also gain double strike on a target creature, which is very strong if we apply it to our Slickshot Show-Off, which is in the air and a little bit harder for the opponent to take care of. Outside of that, Shock and Burst Lightning are very, very common and very well known burn spells, if you will. We can also use them to kill creatures if needed, but traditionally we want to be going for the opponent's face. Now, as far as our creatures here in this column, this is our, what I would say, game plan cards that are just there to do damage, there to be blockers, or just to get through with regular combat damage. But we do have Hired Claw, which does additional damage every time we attack, at least with any additional lizards, so the more the merrier here. And then this particular column is, I would say, card advantage or card draw. As far as creatures are concerned, we have Greasewrench Goblin. We have an exhaust ability so that we can discard and draw that many cards, or sorry, discard 2, draw that many cards. And then we have Emberheart, so every time it gets targeted, we get to exile a card and play it until end of turn, which is pretty valuable in a burn deck. Sometimes you're going to be fishing for a Shock, Burst Lightning, Boros Charm, whatever it may be, to finish off the game. Sheltered by Ghost is an absolute wonderful card for removal and just providing advantage on the board, because we're removing a target permanent and also giving ourselves life gain, of course, but it clears the way if needed for the creatures on board that are on the opponent's side, or if there's an enchantment, artifact, etc. that's becoming a problem, we can deal with it with Sheltered by Ghost. Game plan simple. We're going to get in, we're going to do some damage, we're going to win. That's the goal. Let's go check it out on the lab. Opponent goes first. Not cool. We've got a pretty good hand here. You know, I'm kind of getting tired of this. I play an aggro deck. Of course, I'm going to be playing against mono white life gain. Like, I don't know that for sure, but I mean, I see a plains over there and I'm playing aggro. I know this happens in the regular play queue, not ranked, but I feel like, okay, I should shut up, but I feel like it's been happening a whole lot more lately and on the ranked ladder. You know, whatever deck you're playing, the whole meta shifts all of a sudden. You start playing control decks, you go against aggro or other types of decks you would normally go against. I don't know, there's no formula or whatever, but it's noticeable. I don't know. I mean, gaining life is great. We are doing 2 damage with this Hired Claw every time we attack. If they're going to be throwing out Heir Apparents, of course, that kind of goes against our game plan. We don't want to be having to remove the board, but we do need to be able to get through some. I don't mind this play. Alright. Progress is progress, and we have a backup plan. They decide to play another one, which, surprise, they did. Okay, well, three mana is not bad. Yeah, but sometimes you don't even have to go all the way. I'll take it, whatever. It was a quick game. Starting town, you know what? I like the hired claw though, so we'll do it. We have the ability to gain some life, which is weird to say in an aggro deck, but oh look, I bet it's landfall. I don't like, I mean, it's always a good idea to go for their mana dorks. They wouldn't have blocked, but we can turn off their ramp. It's always a good thing. Yep, looks like landfall to me. It's not confirmed, but very likely, based on what we see. Starting towns are great. What? They hurt. They hurt. I guess that's the point. Since they are landfall, most likely, I'm going to go ahead and go all in on our creature plan, because I don't expect them to have a lot of removal. Mono green is not the best at removing things. That's a scary card, however. Can we benefit from this? I mean, we're about to... Man, we could give... It's very scary all of a sudden. We know we want him out. We know they're not going to block. It's a pretty big hit. I think we'll do the Boros Charm anyway. It will buff the Slickshot. And I do auto pay. Is this lethal? I don't think it is. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I should have maybe waited so that they had a... They wouldn't have blocked, but now they are going to 100%. I kind of showed my cards a little too soon. But what options do they have to take care of the board here? That's what I want to know. Yeah, nothing. So, misplay, but we still won. So far, 2.5 minutes each game. That's pretty good. We'll do this. Planes. More planes. Please make them go away. Ooh, Sacred Foundry. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, they're rocking some blue over there. Maybe full control. That's unfortunate. It's like they knew they were going to be playing against aggro with their control deck. And then we draw nothing but land so far. That's okay. We've done 0 damage. That's turn 3. That's not good. More land. Well, this is not what you want to see. It's not what you want to do. Going up against full control. I mean, Seam Rip's a great card. I don't feel like it's typically worth adding, but in this case, it's really shutting us down. I don't want to give them more information. Why wouldn't we draw another land? Can we stop? Can we stop with the land? Alright. It's not land. We're gonna plot this. There's no reason to put it out yet. I mean, everybody knows at this point what a plotted card is most likely going to be if we're running red. But hey. You never know. They could mistap, put themselves in a situation to where a Slickshot with double strike could be very effective for us. So, all right, rest in peace. Got it. Ooh. Yeah, at this point, this is our game plan. We're just gonna wait for them to make a mistake, and it's unlikely, but you never know. We do have some instants to trigger our Slickshot. So far, they're doing a good job, but they have to have a win condition. So far, I don't see it. Maybe the River Regent, Dragon, Elspeth. Oh yeah, there's one. We do have Boros Charm. If they, I hate to do that, but we could test their, see if they have any counter spells or counter magic or hold priority in any way with maybe this lightning. Yeah, they have priority. No surprise there. I want them to tap out. Yeah, now I'm burning all of my burn. Now they'll counter. There it is. So they're tapped out. Alright, so now we can do this. Any target, 3 damage. We can shelter by ghost. The Elspeth. It's not enough, but it does put them to 6, and they have to have an answer, which I'm sure they will. Very gladly. Wipe the board. Seam Rip. Another one. Well, there goes that Slickshot. They do pay the board cost. No surprise there. They get the ability to put tokens on the field. Ride's End. Now we're just hoping we can draw just the right cards to finish them off. Their decision to tap out, I should have held that in my hand so they didn't know. I don't think it would change their game plan at all, but their decision to tap out did cause them a lot of damage. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Ooh. Now they get to gain life. That's why you play Beza. Love the artwork. I haven't seen that. I didn't know that existed. I mean, come on. Really? How many land do we have in this deck? 20. We're running 20 land. This is what happens. You flood. Oh man, there's no way we can do 10 damage. And the one card we cannot play in the entire deck is Shelter by Ghost. So, we tried. Alright, we go first. We've got some nasty Screaming Nemesis for the opponent to deal with. I pay 2 life. Great land. It does hurt though. Orzhov. Cavern of Souls. Well, we're doing more damage to ourselves than the opponent. I could have pumped the Hired Claw, but just waiting. Felt it was more valuable waiting for removal. Alright, there we go. That's pretty good. I expect removal next turn, but at least they're down to 14. Yeah, okay. I'll take it. Those are the wins we want. You know, 1 minute. I like our land situation. I have to think about it for a bit. And now we really don't have to. Which I'm a fan of. But I'm sure we're going to draw 2 more lands in a row. Alright, I'll shut up. Nope. Sure. More damage is better, right? Ooh. I'm used to that only being in a Una deck, but this does not look like a Una deck. Loot. I see you. I know what you're capable of, little guy. Very scary things. Alright. Starting town would have probably been best. It doesn't make sense to Shelter by Ghost the Insight. We'll just buff. Make them want removal. What is going on with my game? Lost some frames there. Or whatever. Lagged. Kiora. That's a card. Nothing scary in the bin yet. I'm sure it's coming. Okay. Wait a second. It doesn't matter. We could shock it. We could Shelter by Ghost, but I think it's a hard decision. It's not very often we can target creatures this late in the game with shock, so I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, we risk getting board wiped, and I misplayed. I didn't think I would be playing the Slickshot, so it would have gotten bigger if I would have waited. Just because it's aggro doesn't mean it's brain dead. There are things to consider. I wasn't thinking ahead, so I lost out on some damage. See if it loses us the game. They do gain some life here. But they are down to 2 mana. They haven't played mana for turn. Their bin is now pretty full. Tap land, that's good to see. There's not a whole lot they can do for 2 mana. Hopefully I don't eat my words here. Llanowar Elf. Not scary. It is a blocker. But guess what? We have Shelter by Ghosts. Put it on our flyer, because that's just what you do. There's Stick. I don't like it. Protection? No? Maybe? I mean, they don't know what I'm going to target. That's unfortunate. They're gonna send this back. We're already... No, we're not in combat yet. Okay, let's just do this again. Clear the way. There we go. There we go. Nice. Well, on to the next. Wish we could go first. Life gain. Gatekeeping our promotion to higher division. I guess we'll shock. We can't have them gaining life that easily. We'll play our Hired Claw, I think, and then a little preemptive, but Essence Channeler is a good card that can become a problem if you can put its counters on other creatures. There's the dreaded Johnny's Pride mate. Let's just take over all of their resources. There we go, finally some damage. I'm gonna hold up this Burst Lightning since their game plan seems to be creatures. Yeah. And this might make him scoop just out of anger. Doubt it. Maybe. No? Okay. You never know. Let's buff. We gain more life. We're gaining more life than they are. And we can wait. Now they have a ward, or they've had a ward to deal with, but last thing they want to be doing is double spelling. We cannot target that. That may be their only play. Ooh, okay. That's pretty awesome, but I think we should attack, see what they do. Because if they don't block, obviously we're going to double strike. They probably don't think we have it. And then, so close, down to 2. But that's just a shock or a lightning strike away. But they do run life gain. Hopefully they don't have Shelter by Ghost here, Vanishing Light. Okay. They haven't played land for turn, so it's still possible they could double spell. Yeah, okay. There's Lightning Helix. Nice. That's how you do it right there. We will not be gate kept today.